They came to Earth to hunt humanity's apex predator. What they found instead was a human child playing with hers, and that's when the hunters realized they were the prey. The hunting party from Vexor Prime had tracked their prey across 17 star systems. They were elite predators from a world where hunting was elevated to an art form. They had never failed to claim their quarry. Their biotech armor shimmered with adaptive camouflage as they moved through the dense forests of the third planet orbiting an unremarkable yellow star. The scent trail leads this way, Histmore, the pack leader, reported as his thermal sensors locked onto their target's heat signature. The human should be easy prey. Intelligence reports say they're persistence hunters. Slow. Weak. Dependent on primitive tools. His lieutenant, Vashka, adjusted her plazacaster with predatory satisfaction. A Deathworld species, she said, but barely more advanced than the tribal hunters we exterminated on Kepler 442. This will be over quickly. They had been commissioned by the Galactic Consortium to capture specimens from Earth's apex predator species. The mission parameters were simple: observe, capture, return. What could possibly go wrong with hunting the dominant species of a backwater planet? The trail led them to a forest clearing where the human had apparently made camp. Fresh tracks indicated recent passage, but the thermal readings were wrong. Zamor, Vashka whispered. There are multiple heat signatures everywhere. Energy readings scattered throughout the area. What kind of weapons is this human carrying? Before Histmore could respond, a sound echoed through the forest that made even hardened warriors freeze. High-pitched. Rhythmic. Filled with joy. What in the void was that? Kethanel hissed. They advanced carefully, expecting a ritual, or torture. What they found shattered every assumption they had about humans. A young human female, no more than 8 Earth years old, ran through the forest with obvious delight. She was being chased by a massive four-legged predator with exposed fangs and powerful muscles. The child is under attack, Vashka said, raising her weapon. Should we intervene? Wait, Histmore ordered. Something isn't right. The child suddenly stopped and turned around. Instead of fear, her face showed pure happiness. The predator crashed into her, knocking her to the ground, and then, she laughed. Not screams. Not cries for help, laughter, unrestrained laughter as the 80-pound predator stood on her chest, jaws inches from her throat. She wrapped her arms around its neck and rolled with it across the forest floor. Impossible, Kethanel breathed. The predator should be killing her. She's enjoying it, Vashka whispered in horror. The child stood, grabbed a thick branch, and waved it in the air. The predator immediately crouched, eyes locked on the weapon. She's provoking it, Histmore reported numbly. Antagonizing an apex predator with a club. The canine lunged. The child dodged with reflexes that would impress a professional Vexarian warrior, spun, and hurled the branch deep into the forest. The predator abandoned its attack and sprinted after it at full speed. It's retrieving the weapon, Vashka stammered. To return it. This is combat training, Kethanel said. They begin weapons training in childhood, using live predators. They watched in growing horror as the ritual repeated: throw, chase, return. The child laughed each time. When the predator finally collapsed from exhaustion, the child walked over and began scratching behind its auditory organs, rubbing its torso, making soft soothing sounds. She's asserting dominance, Histmore whispered. Over a defeated apex predator. A new sound echoed through the forest, heavy footsteps. A larger heat signature approached. Adult human incoming, Kethanel reported. A massive human male emerged, wearing camouflaged hunting gear and carrying advanced projectile weapons. He looked at the child and the exhausted predator, and smiled. Having fun, sweetheart? Daddy, the girl said happily. Max and I played fetch for like an hour. He's getting really fast. The adult surveyed the scene and nodded approvingly. Good girl. Just remember to give him water breaks. We don't want him overheating. The hunters felt true terror for the first time. This wasn't training, this was recreation, this was what human children did for fun. Histmore activated his emergency beacon with trembling claws. Command, this is Hunter Pack 7. Mission abort. Repeat, mission abort. His voice cracked as he watched the child throw the branch again. We are not hunting Earth's apex predators. We are the prey. The Vexarian hunting party fled Earth's atmosphere within the hour. The official report was brief: species classification, avoid at all costs, recommendation, immediate quarantine of entire star system, note, human children weaponize recreation. Little Emin never knew her afternoon playing fetch with Max had just saved Earth from an alien invasion.